What's up, Chrono Clashers? Chris here, and Chrono Clash Central, we got a blue-green. This is a concept deck. It's something that I think is really interesting and ideas to play around with, and you guys have seen some of the videos with it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So let's get into it. This is heavy beat down. So there's not a lot of low-cost cards in this deck. We got Shikamaru, we got the Shino 2-drop, and we got Suigetsu. So Shikamaru is good. Is really good with Sentinel cards because you can tap your opponent's dude, swing into it, and then you know, stay protected. It is a little bit of a defensive deck. Shino is really good for having that 2 cost, that 2-time way to give protectors to your big guys. So one of the strategies you can take with this deck is play a big fatty dude, or play this guy, then play a big fatty dude, and you know, get him protected. So they're gonna have to like spend a lot of their cards trying to get rid of your big beefy dudes. And then Suigetsu is just basically gain 1 life. He just gets in the way, is a little bit annoying, and he gets you an EX card, which is really huge because this deck can sometimes struggle with getting EX cards. So 3 drops, we got Jugo. Jugo is going to help you set up your defense early, especially against those really fast decks. You can help kind of shut them down. And then Tamari is there to kind of flesh out the deck, and she also is Guardian plus EX, which is really, really important. Like I said, EX card grabbing is really tight, so that's the main reason why she's there, as opposed to something like Ino. And 3 cost is really important too, because if your opponent is forced to pass you back the turn, they give you 3, so you can play her, you can play Jugo, you get 0 time, and then you kind of pump out more threats and give them more time than they can deal with. And then 4 costs, more protect, always good to have the protect. And then 10-10 that's the beginning of the leadership, gonna help reduce cards. So if you want to play a little conservative in the beginning, you can play some low cost stuff to help power up the bid stuff. And then of course the Guardian EX is really, really nice. And then like we talked about, protect is good. The time doesn't matter that much, because what I usually go for this deck strategy is kind of just slapping down big fatties and hoping your opponent like can't play enough to do it. And I don't know, maybe it's a little biased from the type of aggro decks that I build, is like they don't have a lot of high cost stuff, but a lot of people tend to play more like kind of in the middle. So you know, maybe not work out as well in the tournament scene, but it's definitely a fun strategy. So now we're getting into we're getting into 5, so we're getting in big territory. So play like every 5 costs we can. So we got Rock Lee, we got Zabuza, we got Choji, and then we got Naruto's down there at the bottom. So this is where your powerhouse comes in. If you guys have seen my like removal video where I talk about 5-5, all these guys just kind of obnoxious. I think Naruto is probably the best one because you get an EX and that can really help. Zabuza is really good, but if your opponent plays a Sentinel and they have nothing else, like they play a Sentinel and then he can't do anything because he can't attack the Sentinel. So that's pretty rough. But everything's pretty good here. Like you get EXs off Rock Lee, he helps give you time so you could set up bigger plays later. And then Choji, the tap effects are super, super important, because basically what you're doing is you're gonna play a big dude, they're gonna play a lot of guys, and then when they attack with a lot of cards, you get the tap effect. So that's another reason why Jugo and Shikamaru are in the deck. But ooh. We start with the 5s and we just keep going up. Momoshiki. That's our 6. There's only one 6. He's actually really important. You never play him, but the 9 strength means he basically stops anything. So they can attack with Boruto, and if you flip him, he kills Boruto. So that's a really big deal. Other than that, he's just kind of there. Just kind of there doing his thing, being a big guardian. 7s, I think these are maybe my favorite cards to start off with. Like, they give a ton of time, but they're so powerful. Sasuke is going to give you an EX, and we don't play any EXs that cost more than 7. So you're going to get EX off of him. He's above 5/5s. He's a super big pain in the butt to deal with. Then you could probably trade him out if you really need to. But having that protect on the 7/8 is so hard to get rid of. So he's basically going to make anything unstoppable. And then Shikamaru, if you attack with him once, you're so far ahead. -4 cost, 4 leadership is actually huge. And of course, they're big beefy dudes. If they're in the Guardian, they're probably going to kill whatever's swinging in. And then we got finish out the last of the big beats. We got Sasuke, we got Boruto, and we got Kakashi. So Boruto, just like the Naruto 5-drop, is super important in this deck. It's very, very, very defensive. You really need to kind of wear out your opponent. So being able to get EX cards in your hand and put up that Sentinel Wall is super important. Sasuke's are mainly there for snowballing the game and also being a Boruto killer. So if your opponent tries to lock up with Boruto, you can do that. And then Kakashi is just your big bad boy. So if you guys have seen some of the gameplay, I've been able to like run out the opponent's cards in hand, and then they have to pass back with 3 times, and then it just keeps snowballing until hopefully you win. What else? So the main weakness of this deck, as we go into the EX cards, obviously it's pretty obvious. The main weakness of this deck is recovery. You have no ways to like attack things really, and there's like no removal. And then your main removal basically is hoping that they die to your Guardian flip. But that's not going to happen if they have recovery, so it's going to be really rough. But this is, again, it's a concept deck. It's a lot of fun. You guys should definitely try it out. And I guess we'll do by color. We'll do by color. So we got blues, more Sentinels. Always need Sentinels. Just got to keep up that defense until you can remember. We try to run everything out. And then Gamakichi, of course, is there to like help ramp up, so you can play. If you ever get in a position where you play a big guy and they leave them with like 1 or 2 time, that's really rough for them because they're going to have to play something and it just kind of keeps happening over and over again where they're just in a bad spot and they're just forced to react. So that's basically your goal. So if you can get Gamakichi out or like wall up behind your Sentinels until they can't really do anything, that's really good. Then of course more Sentinels. Got to always keep that defense. And then of course, just like Gamakichi, you have the Naruto EX. And remember, we're playing so many 5s, and 5s are hard to get rid of. So you can play a 5-drop. Ideally, the Naruto one, you could draw into one of these, and then you get to start popping off. And then the last one is Momoshiki's for more Guardians. Once you get a lot of Guardians, and they're all like 5 strength or higher, it's going to be really hard for your opponent to like keep their field there when they're attacking into you because you've got so many, and you really don't have to worry too much about like +1 Guardian attack because you've got so much high defense stuff or high strength stuff in the deck. So this is a super fun deck. I would highly recommend you try it out just for fun. Try it out. It's an interesting concept. It plays very differently. I think a lot of people are trying to play like a strategy where you leave your opponent with as little time as possible, and I wanted to see what happens if we take that and we kind of flip it and turn it on its head and try the other way. Also, if you're excited for Godzilla, I would definitely start playing around with this kind of type of idea. I think that there's some merits to like all the combinations, but I really like having Protector because with toughness and stuff, like you can play a lot of just like I'm playing Momoshiki, he's only good in the Guardian stack, right? But with toughness, it doesn't matter if he's in my hand, he's going to go underneath. He's going to act as a shield for like my really big dude. So I think that this kind of strategy is going to play really well with Godzilla. So if you want to like maybe give it a try, maybe get used to something that we might see in Godzilla, I think this is definitely, give it a shot. Give it a shot. It's a blast to play too. It's a blast to play. Because sometimes you hit like insane Guardians, like every time you flip, you kill something that they attack with. And so let's leave out these guys. Boom. Every time they attack, you flip into one of these. They're never leaving. Nothing is left on the field after they attack. So it's a lot of fun. Hope you guys like the deck. Let me know what you guys think if you played it. Do you think this is an idiotic strategy to go for, to just give your opponent as much time as possible? Let me know in the comments. And if you do try out the deck, of course, let me know how it goes. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you like this kind of like concept decks, like I try to make decks that are like, here's a theory about a deck so you guys can try it out. Not set in stone kind of thing. So yeah, thumbs up. Subscribe for more of these. I'm really excited for Godzilla. We finally got somewhat of a release date. It's too far away. And keep on learning. Keep on having fun. I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.